Don't do it. Don't you dare do it, yeah? Don't cut ties with Cuba because a certain set of persons I tell we say, I try for bad way up until we say what we can do. And you have to remember say, when sickness take uno yai them, a Cuba send them people them to come heal with. A Cuba I send the doctors and nurses them to every single country in the Caribbean to make sure that we are provided the services that we cannot afford to provide in our own countries. Cuban doctors are top tier, and the best thing about it is they are getting paid. So what kind of trafficking you not talk about? I must say traffic light you must say I refer to. Because it couldn't be Cuba. Cuba was literally this with Jamaica from day one. Una gonna say una cut ties because certain set of persons don't even provide that medical care that we need in the Caribbean. Like how Cuba just go out of them way. Cuba not even wink. Them not even wink them.
What you just heard is not random noise. That video is emotional. Yes, but it is emotional for a reason. It's about Cuba. It's about Caribbean healthcare. And it's about foreign pressure being placed on small nations to abandon systems that actually work. So let's slow this down and talk about what is really going on here.
Okay, Trumpy boy's at it again, isn't he? He's at it again, bossing people around, telling them what to do. Okay, so now he's after the Caribbean. He has basically said that the Caribbean needs to get rid of their Cuban doctors or face not having visas to go to America. Question, who in the Caribbean right now is looking to go to America when you're rounding people up and sending them to Guantanamo Bay? So Cuba's good enough to use for Guantanamo Bay to send illegal aliens, but they can't be used in the doctors, no? Stay out of other people's business, Trumpy. It ain't your business, babe. Worry about your tariffs, worry about all your other stuff you got going on, and leave people's countries alone. It is disgusting. I have never seen anything like it in my life. What do you think? I just think it's shocking.
I just get to understand, say, the American government is threatening to sanction countries who use Cuban doctors and nurses. And I was very shocked to learn that Jamaica used Cuban doctors and nurses. For real. I mean, sorry, I am very shocked. I mean, over 400 Cuban doctors and nurses, biomedical engineers and technicians from Cuba in Jamaica. I am very shocked because I did not know that the Jamaica Labour Party deal with Cubans, much less Cuba. I did not know. Forgive me, Jamaica, I just did not know. Like I said, I did not know that the Jamaica Labour Party deal with Cuba. See me? Because about 50 years ago, Jamaica was sanctioned for the same shit. See? 50 years ago, Michael Manley was the Prime Minister of Jamaica, and he was friends with Cuba. Fidel Castro. See? Cuba built schools in Jamaica. See me? Let me see. I can name two of the school them. G.C. Foster and Jose Marti. See? Cubans built that. See? Michael Manley was also using Cuban doctors and nurses. See? The opposition leader at the time, Edward Seaga, was always saying Michael Manley wants to turn Jamaica into a communist country because he's friends with Cuba. You see me I say? No, America did not like that too. America did not like to see Michael Manley being friends with Cuba. You see? Now, Michael Manley, on hearing that America was upset at him being friends with Cuba, said these words: "I will not allow America to dictate to me about which friends I should keep. And as long as this party is in power and I am the leader, we will tread this earth on our feet and not on our knees." Meaning, we're not about to no guy. Bro God, said that if you're bad. Said that if you're bad. Saying anyway, Michael Manley paid a heavy price after that. For real. The Secret Service were sent to Jamaica on a wide scale to every parish in Jamaica to create what? Havoc. You see me? There were riots in the street. People got hungry because what? Food was locked off from Jamaica. So when we heard Papa Eddie say he was going to lock down Jamaica tighter than a sardine tin that not even breeze can pass through, you know, say he was working with America. You see me I say? For real. There were even a few attempts on Manley's life. Yeah. So with me knowing the history, and I was there, you see why I am surprised. Seeing? But now things have come full circle again. You see me I say? And me notice a bro God quiet your fuck. Seeing? The Prime Minister of Trinidad attack defending our people. And other Prime Ministers from other countries are defend for them people. But bro God not defend Jamaicans. I want to go on. Come on, bro God, you have to talk up and defend your people. Be like Michael Manley, youth. How we do? Well, he must PNP, a labor, so you can't be like him. But anyway, defend your people, bro God. See? You're too quiet.
There's no way America go on dictatorship, and when I say to my people them say, we want to get some sanction. If Jamaica don't get sanction, you know, it's going to take until me come run Jamaica or next powerful you come run Jamaica before we are going to be able to come out of this devastation we know. Because until then we in a devastation. At the moment when the country import ice, we make pan freezer. We last. People will last. Breathe. You understand me? We last. Now we are talking about a country like Cuba. Yeah? Cuba, the amount of support that Cuba support with doctors. People, remember good, you know, man. Our doctors learn from Cuban medical doctors, you know. Remember we have people out here, you know, man. Even my sister was one of them, you know. With Dr. Fenton Ferguson, you know. That's why I have to big up Dr. Fenton Ferguson. Anyway, they in the world, me bless you up and respect you. You see me? Now we have them man there when them man they go so boom. And so you know what them man they do? Them man they send we a college, send youths a college to make sure say you make them go to college. But no, these things when we see come in is the American regime. You understand? If you put me on plane for go Canada, go pick apple. Put me on plane for go America, go pick apple. Who you want to carry apple, go pick apple America? You mad? If for that make you give me a piece of little paper and visa, don't give it to me. We are bright youth who want to go to college. The University of the West Indies. Want you send me a St. Lucia college. Don't send me on no plane for go pick no apple for no man. That's not the way our country are built. And I can tell you that every time. And a lot of people me tell about naive Eastern St. Thomas, yeah? Whenever we express ourselves out there. That's why I tell you as a president, while we go out there, sometimes we help poor people and people think that we have money. Sometimes we have to rule in a real gene, yeah? And one of the things when we rule by is seriousness, yeah? And we watch Paul Bogle, and we watch Marcus Garvey, we watch all of them downfall, how people get around them. And that never go come to my side. You understand me? God bless you, but me enough love and respect. Yes, so I just want my people to understand the trueness, yeah? That the Cuban them stand by where we need to stand by them, yeah? And if the Cubans cannot stay in Jamaica, socially United States, them can't stay here. Someone who they on the life can screen record the party and the Prime Minister, no. Say if the Cubans cannot stay here, if it's even force will, we are going to force will and take out the US Embassy out of Jamaica. It will happen, and there's nothing that is impossible. Yeah, and it's the same thing that is happening in Haiti. Yeah, bad management. You understand me? Bad leadership. And the same thing I go on at Haiti. Yeah, and the same thing my Prime Minister do. When you shall look on Haiti as a brother, yeah, you shall look on Haiti as a brother. You gonna put your soldier them in a war in a Haiti. Come on, would that make sense? You make sense? Mr. Somebody are sending thing a while ago. Request. Who they are sending request a while ago? Can go and send thing back same way, yeah? God bless you. Yeah. So the Cuban have done many things them done for Jamaica. I tell Jamaicans, so what you know? It better we stop trade with the USA, yeah? And trade back with the Russians them and the Iran them and the New Zealand people.
Ready? I just received this text and reading. Trump has now extended his bullying to the Caribbean.
What?
Trump told Jamaica, Barbados, Trinidad, Guyana, and other islands that they are no longer allowed to do any business with Cuba, or else USA will revoke all Caribbean US visas for foreign government officials to US. Jamaica therefore cannot host healthcare workers or doctors from Cuba.
What?
Jamaica has always hired Cuban healthcare workers and doctors, and they're some of the best doctors on the island. Cubans even own and operate the nice private hospital in Montego Bay, where a lot of tourists go, far superior to the free public hospitals. Anyhow, the Caribbean is in a scurry to decide what to do, because the revoking of the visas by US not only affects the Caribbean government officials, but their family members also. Jamaica and the rest of the Caribbean looks like it's buckling under this threat, because most of the government officials' children are on US visas in schools in US. The whole Caribbean region has now to go along with the new demands from Trump. Cut all Cuban doctors, healthcare workers, and hire doctors from India, Philippines, or Africa instead. That's over 22,000 medical professionals losing their jobs in the Caribbean and heading back to Cuba. The Cuban hospital will cease to exist in Jamaica. End of documentary.
I mean, I feel like we've gone back to like 1925 or something.
Yes, I've always known of Cuban doctors all my life. They're very good doctors.
Okay, so this is my mom, by the way. You said that you've only ever known Cuban doctors in Jamaica?
Yes, all my life.
So when you hear this, what exactly does it mean to you? That's what visions come to your mind of what's going to happen now to Jamaica and the Caribbean?
Access to healthcare is going to be less, which is not good for the island. They need more, not less.
They already are in need of more right now.
Yes.
Before this has happened, and now they're going to have less, which means more
Sickness,
destitution, devastation, sickness,
die
disease. Yes, people dying. Yeah.
from medical conditions that could be treated. This is sad for the island.
Why do you think he's doing this?
Control.
Like what does it benefit? How does this benefit the United States by doing that to the islands?
It's all about control. I don't see any benefit to the United States.
So do you feel like it's just to say, I can do it, so I'm gonna do it?
Yeah. It's a shame because it's going to affect American tourists as well. So that's going to limit the amount of tourism to the islands, which is going to affect the economy.
Every day is something new. Every day is a new thing that we have to be like, oh, what awful thing has happened today?
It's never anything positive.
And it's never anything positive.
But this was the same as the first 4 years of Trump being in charge. He used to have highlighted days and numbered them according to what disaster he anticipated. This is nothing new.
For decades, Cuban doctors, nurses, biomedical engineers, and specialists have been a backbone of healthcare across the Caribbean, not just in Jamaica, in Trinidad, in Grenada, in Barbados, in Guyana, across CARICOM. These professionals fill gaps that our countries simply cannot afford to fill on our own. Dialysis units, eye surgeries, specialized care, and rural hospitals. This isn't charity, it's cooperation. The United States claims Cuban medical missions involve exploitation or trafficking. But here is the question nobody answers clearly. If this is exploitation, why do Caribbean governments keep requesting Cuban medical staff? Why do hospitals depend on them? Why do patients trust them? Cuban doctors are trained, licensed, paid, and respected. This is state-to-state agreement, not kidnapping. This isn't new. In the 1970s, when Jamaica under Michael Manley worked openly with Cuba, Jamaica was punished. Sanctions, economic pressure, political destabilization. Manley said something that still matters today. We will tread this earth on our feet, not on our knees. That statement wasn't anti-America. It was pro-sovereignty. Now the threat isn't guns or trade blockades. It's visas. Stop working with Cuba or we will restrict access to the US. And let's be honest, this pressure doesn't hit the average citizen first. It hits politicians, their families, their travel privilege. That's strategic pressure. If Cuban doctors are removed, the consequences won't be theoretical. It means longer hospital waits, fewer specialists, cancelled surgeries, more preventable deaths. Healthcare doesn't scale overnight. You can't just replace thousands of trained professionals instantly. Some Caribbean leaders have already said, we will do what is best for our people. And that is important because this moment isn't really about Cuba. It's about whether Caribbean nations are allowed to make decisions based on their own needs. So I will leave you with this. Should Caribbean healthcare policy be decided in Washington or in Kingston, Bridgetown, Port of Spain, and St. George's? Because if small nations give up healthcare autonomy today, what gets dictated tomorrow? This conversation isn't about politics alone. It's about dignity. It's about survival. And it's about remembering who stood with us when we needed help. Let me know what you think in the comments, respectfully. Keep it constructive. If you are Caribbean, this issue affects you whether you live back home or in the diaspora. Do not stay silent. Share this video so more people understand what's at stake. Talk about it in your communities, families, and group chats. Ask questions of your leaders respectfully but firmly. Healthcare is not luxury. Sovereignty is not for sale. And small nations should never be bullied into choices that harm their people. If you believe Caribbean lives matters more than political pressure, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave your thoughts below. Every day above ground is a blessing, but our future on what we stand for today. Respect.